Yo. Got to get this lighting sorted out, man. I say that all the time, don't I? Today we are going to, my loves, be tapping on this new moon, and in the UK I believe the new moon is tomorrow, so Thursday the 17th. And I have been feeling all of the moon vibes, let me tell you. Holy crap. I felt very, what's the word to use here? I felt quite displaced, I think is probably the best word. So in terms of relationships, and I'm taking I'm taking all of my spiral clients through level 2 this week. So it's like just the perfect fucking timing. I never know this. I don't look to the planets in order to like plan when I'm going to do things, but I just kind of go with the intuitive, like what feels intuitively right, and it always ends up being some kind of mad astrological collision of perfection. So effectively with this, what's going on with Mars, we are all having lots of lovely stuff come up around our masculine and our relationships, so that's fun. But on top of that, do say hello if you're here live or on the replay. You know I'm nosy and I like to know who is being here. Hello, Grammar. Cheers. So the themes that were coming through for me to work with today, because, hey Grace, lovely to see you. So the things that have been coming through for me, and I was speaking to my beautiful friend Jamie, who is like womb witch extraordinaire. And every new moon and full moon, I ask her, because she has my charts, right? So I just hand it over to her and go, help, what does this all mean? And she told me last night that basically for me, this new moon is very much about, what she put here? I think, well, what I took from it when I interpreted it through my lens was for me to get, okay, hey Justin, nice to have you here live. This new moon is about, for me personally, where it sits in my charts and all that good stuff, it's about getting okay with the fact that accumulating wealth gives me a feeling of stability and groundedness, and therefore when I have, the more wealth I have, the more I attract and the more magnetic I become. And what was really interesting about the way she phrased it in this message exchange we were having was like, you know, look at the parts of myself where I kind of shame myself, or, you know, like in the spiritual communities and in my own personal journey, a lot of times I've invested in things in a big way, even when it felt fucking terrifying, so that I could, you know, be part of someone's tribe or be in the energy of other people and use that to kind of stimulate my own internal financial vortex. Excuse me, shifting. And I've very much lived in, and I don't feel this anymore, but I have previously lived in this paradigm where I give money, or I spend money, I invest money in other people's services or in their energy and their offerings in order to kind of stimulate and activate my own internal abundance frequency. And what is interesting is this piece in the new moon for me personally this month is around getting okay with building and accumulating wealth. So I'm at a point at the moment where I've never had so much in savings in my whole life, particularly not in conjunction with what is currently in my current account versus like what I have invested. So it's really like, when I look at what I have right now, it is like new level, new devil, right? It's like, okay, cool, this is what I've been asking for, and I have my next goal that I'm kind of working towards, and it'll come, and it feels like it's going to come a lot quicker than I could possibly have even imagined. But it's like getting okay with that, because when we call in more of anything, love, money, health, whatever, when we call in more of anything, if we do not believe that it is okay, or if we're holding conflicting beliefs and frequencies in the body, then we're going to find very quickly that we can't hold on to or build wealth, love, etc., etc. Yeah, new level, new devil. So the stones that I'm working with for this new moon, this new lunar cycle, are obsidian, which is this lovely black piece here. I'm really into my points at the moment. This tourmaline quartz, which is beautiful. It's got all these little flecks in. And this little number, which I believe was the last one she had actually, which is citrine. So this is like abundance vibe central. You can't really see it as beautifully as it is in real life, but it's so pretty. It's got all these little patterns inside of it. So these are the 3 stones that I feel called to have with me today. You can let me just pop this in the comments, because the lady I use for my crystals is fucking amazing. Just gonna pop her Instagram link here. Don't go and look now, watch the tapping and then go and buy your crystals. But if you message Monica and just she doesn't kind of advertise this. I say this all the time. I'm like, she doesn't really advertise this, but if you just message her, she'll kind of like tell you what you need. Because I don't know a lot about crystals or moons or whatever. I purely just work with the energies that are alive for me, and very often, more often than not, those energies, I say more often than not, like pretty much always, the energies and whatever is present in my life is very much reflecting that which is happening energetically anyway. So when I feel drawn to a particular stone or something, I'll be like, oh, I really like the look of that, but I don't know why. And then she'll be like, oh, well, this is a blah, 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 blah. And it will give you da, 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 and it enhances this frequency. And I'm like, ah, that's why. That's why I feel so drawn to that little beauty. But yes, these will all get cleansed under the new moon tomorrow. So I'm very excited for this juiciness. So what we're going to tap on today is clearing out any stale and stagnant energy. Hey Emma, nice to have you on. Clearing out any stale, stagnant energy that we might have accumulated, because we've had like about 800 planets in retrograde. Things have this might have felt a little bit stagnant for some people. And so my intention for this tapping is to just tune into any stagnation in the body, any stagnation in our energetic field, and just really give you like a little energy reboot, allow some kind of fresh frequencies to be present in the body, to be activated. And to really activate using this little fella, this beautiful citrine, we're going to be really channeling through some beautiful abundance vibes. Now, remember, abundance means to you whatever it means to you. For me, it tends to be about my physical wellness. It tends to be about money. It tends to be about business expansion, calling in more clients, calling in creativity and allowing an abundance of ideas to flow through me. So we're not just talking about money here, but of course, when I'm involved, there is always a kind of, there's always a money vibe going on. What can I say? Hashtag money bitch, as Stephanie Freeman would call me. So the phrase that we're working with is, it's okay to accumulate. So just want you to take a moment to feel that in your body, because what is really present for me when I say that phrase right now is, because of the amount of stagnation I felt energetically over the last couple of weeks, what I notice is when I say it's okay to accumulate, my mind instantly goes to like hoarding, stagnation, holding. But I don't desire to feel like that about the accumulation of wealth. What I desire to feel is accumulation is an energy of momentum. It is movement. It is flow. So yes, some will go out, but more will always come in. And I think that's really what we're being called into when we look at this particular energy around abundance with this new moon, particularly for anyone in my field anyway. We're definitely going to be calling in this ability to accumulate without shame, without guilt, without any feelings of stagnation, and just allowing the accumulation to be okay. Like for us to be okay with accumulating and having more than enough, right? And being able to actually hold that like more than enough frequency in the body without then feeling like we somehow have to pay the debt or like level the scales. Someone said to me the other day, well, it's all about this though, isn't it? It's all about balancing the scales. And I was like, no, it's not. I don't want that. I don't want to have to fucking balance the scales. I want to be able to just have more of what I want. That just be it. I want to be healthier and fitter and have this delicious energy running through me. I want to have more money, more fabulous clients. I want to have more creativity, and I want to be invigorated and feel really alive and connected to that energy, not like I have to somehow fucking now pay the debt, right? So let's just take a moment to ground into that feeling of it's okay to accumulate. And I'm just going to tune into the energy of the group. And if you're opting into this clearing session, just like energetically lean in. This shit's quantum, whether you're here live, whether you're on the replay, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching in 5 years time, doesn't fucking matter. You'll still get the benefits if you energetically lean in. We're tapping into that infinite energy. Oh, there's a lot here in the heart and just above the solar plexus. Is like a lot. So I just want you all to say it's okay to accumulate. Do we want to add wealth into that? It's okay to accumulate wealth. Okay, cool. So it's okay to accumulate wealth is what we're going to say. If you're watching this on the replay and you want to pause and have a little like feel into what wealth means to you, that's great. If you're watching live, then let's just trust the energy of the group and that it is done. Okay, so it is okay to accumulate wealth, and we're at 10, 20, 30, 40. We're actually only at 40% believing that to be true right now in this group. So let's just do a wee bit of tapping and see if we can up level that. So anyone who's not done this with me before, quickly running through the tapping points. I'm going to be tapping with you so you don't have to remember them. Tapping on the side of the hand on this like squidgy part here on the side. You can do one hand or the other. It doesn't actually matter. You can swap. Top of the head, inner eyebrow. Again, you can do both. You can swap sides. It doesn't matter. It's the sequence that's important. Side of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, under the bottom lip, collarbone. So it's like this kind of squidgy hench. I do that just so you can actually see the dent and not so you can just admire my traps. Although they are pretty sexy, let's be honest. And then under the arm, so where your bra would be. And then you can either use your wrists, or sometimes I'll actually use the side of the top cuticle there on the way through the fingertips. Okay, let's get going then. So we are working with the phrase that it's okay to accumulate wealth. Let's just go in. So feeling into your body. Oh, shifting already. Excuse me. Okay, so just tapping along and repeating after me. Even though I have this stagnation in my body, I accept myself anyway. Even though I have this stagnation in my body, I feel it in my heart and in my solar plexus. I accept myself anyway. It's just moving, it's great. This is why it's so beautiful to use the energy of the lunar cycle. It's like it just kind of draws it out. Even though I'm only 40% okay with the phrase, it's okay to accumulate wealth, I accept myself anyway. It's okay to accumulate wealth. It's okay not to accumulate wealth. Wealth is about my health, happiness, and money. I'm okay with having it all. And I'm tuning into the stagnation in my body. And I'm allowing my system to release this stagnation. And I'm ready for the path ahead to become clear. I'm ready to call in clarity. I'm ready to release these stagnation blocks and call in energy, wealth, and clarity. I want to take a nice deep breath. Just let me know what landed for you. Hey, Vamparoonie. Okay, let's just test the container. Where we're at with the phrase, it's okay to accumulate wealth. 70. Oh, we're at 80. That's a good jump. Okay, so now we are going to, what's the next level? What's the next layer that we need to just release? Yay, Emma, amazing. The stagnation seems to have like moved through. Battling with this bloody tech shiz. I know, right? Technology, tech fucking nology. Don't worry, you can always come back on the replay if you want. It's fine. But let me know in the comments, how is everyone feeling? That was just the first round as well. So if you've just arrived and you caught that, that was the first round. We're going to do a couple more, I feel. So let me just drop into what's still alive around this. It's okay to accumulate wealth. Something here around the perception of others, like what will other people think of me? So can you just drop in the comments, if you're watching live and you're doing the tapping, what is the worst perception someone could hold of you for accumulating wealth? I'm going to write a couple down here for us to put in. Oh my God, I didn't even know these were in there. Entitled, privilege. Oh, Justin, fuck yes. Those are so good. Have you statement kit cleared those, by the way? Didn't work hard enough for it. Oof. Nice, these are great. Do it. Maybe we should all do those. Disconnection. What do you mean by that, Victoria? What do you mean by, give me some context around disconnection. Is it like people will feel like you're like not relatable anymore? You're not one of the people, that you're somehow disconnected from reality? Is that what you mean? Greedy, although what's coming up for me is it matters how I get it. If it comes easy, then it's perceived as bad. Great, so we've got that again. Almost like you can't be felt anymore. That's fascinating. Okay, lol, I got sexual insecurity, cleared it. Good man, Justin, doing the work for us. We'll all take that hit, thank you very much. Isn't that funny? Sexual insecurity, what a clear, love it. Almost like you can't be felt anymore. Yeah, I get that. So tell me a little bit more about that. Is there a piece around people only being able to feel you when you, like, wound to wound? Like people can only relate to you and feel you. Ooh, or is there also something around only being able to feel yourself when you have some kind of pain or stuckness? Tell me a bit more about this, because we're going to really go into that. That feels really juicy. This is great. This could have been a paid event, right? Just saying. Abundance vibes. It's the citrine. She's working on your side, guys. Yeah, just tell me a little bit more about that, Victoria. That little bit like Yeah, is there a piece around people only being able to feel you if it's like wound to wound, like where you're exposed, where you're vulnerable, that's where people feel you? Or is it about having to almost hold the energy of pain in the body in order to be felt? And then we're going to do this. Hashtag hot money bitch. These are the words that I have. I'll take it, by the way. I'm just claiming that as my new title, hot money bitch. As create a new and attract the new tribe, the old tribe feeling like they may not connect. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, but that's fine, right? So we can definitely clear that. Yeah. So like, that's kind of like the price to pay, isn't it? It's like the, yeah, what's the price I have to pay in order to have this? Which interestingly, I talked about at the beginning of this live stream. You missed that. But yeah, I mentioned that. That's this idea that there has to be a price to pay. Price to pay, lose old tribe. And it's also more about how you feel about potentially losing your old tribe. This happens to me, I shit you not, every time I kind of up level my own frequency, and my ears are getting hot as I say this, I notice people fall away, and I have this little moment of panic of like, oh fuck, but what if no new people come? Like, what if I've like got too big for my boots? Or what if I've like kind of untouchable? Cool, we'll put that in. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff here, Victoria, around like becoming unrelatable, not being like one of the people. So, you know, like Christine from Selling Sunset, who I know you're a big fan of. I mean, let's be honest, she is diva as fuck. But that idea of like how we perceive those people is how we believe other people will perceive us. So, yeah, there's just some work there maybe around still holding a perception of, yeah, embodying your queen. Christina is your queen, or Christine rather is your queen, but it's like allowing yourself to fully embody that part of yourself, which you have definitely been doing because I've seen it. It's happening. And what happens is like we do it, and we up level, and we start to become that person and act as them and like be them in our daily life. And then other people kind of react to that, and we get things coming up that we didn't even realize might be an issue, and we're like, fuck. And our natural inclination is to like go back and to retract and kind of, you know, try and like earn our way back to where we were. But actually you don't have to earn it. Like, you've already done the fucking work. Okay. So you get to just call in that new tribe. You get to own it and continue being that badass motherfucker. Okay. So let's just use our obsidian. We are going to be sending all of using him as our anchor point for drawing out all of the shit. Protection, abundance. Let's go. We're going the full woo today. Well, obviously, Victoria, I mean, just got my little crown there on my altar. Otherwise I'd wear it. Okay, so let's just drop in with these pieces here. So we've got Grace and Emma bringing in these pieces around the hard work stuff. Justin dropped us with privileged and entitled, which, although you've statement cleared those, we're going to drop that in here, which is interesting because I feel like they almost tie in with what Victoria is saying around this idea of like being untouchable, this idea of I get it just because I do, and that our society has like made that bad, that you just get something because you do. It's like, oh, there's so many other people struggling, there's so many other people, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, who am I to have more? Who am I to be up here on my fucking high horse in my ivory tower? And it's like, well, you just chose different. And actually, I have no intention of being someone who continues to climb this kind of frequency or consciousness ladder to just get to another level without my impact growing, without my reach growing, and without that having a positive impact on the world. You know, And I don't think anyone who follows my work would ever use any increase in their finances or their status or their whatever, right? Whatever the fuck you wanna, whatever ladder you're climbing, you wouldn't continue to excel and grow and expand if you didn't also desire to radiate hope and joy and abundance and a sense of you can fucking do it too out into the world. So maybe it's also a piece around like forgiving ourselves for being born into the situation we were born into. And maybe there's also a piece around forgiving ourselves for wanting more and actually fucking getting it and being okay with getting it. This piece around like accumulating wealth. It's like, it's okay to be okay. That's going down. I'm so like, I fucking had it with this bullshit struggle story that runs through the fucking spiritual community. Like, had it. It's okay to be motherfucking okay. It's okay to thrive. It's okay to have more than enough. It's okay to have more than others. Oh, I said it. Oh my God, it's okay for you to have more than others. What? Yes, bitch. It's okay for you to have more than motherfucking others. Oh my God. I can almost feel the fires of hell licking at my feet. Good thing I've cleared dogma many times. Okay. Gross. There's guilt about focusing on self and allowing the perception of moving in favor of self. Ba, 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 bam! There it is. Let's go. Okay. So, I feel like I just want to do a consciousness clear. I feel like we've stirred up some shit there. So we're currently, our consciousness in this container is currently at 100 to, like at 300. What's going to take us up? Emma's like, yeah, preach, mama! Okay, let's just clear this consciousness and then we'll do the next tapping round. So the consciousness, what we need is fire, earth, metal, lung, large intestine, dopamine, guilt, shame. Oh, what a fucking surprise. That bitch gets to go. So we're going to clear the large intestine. If you're pregnant or you suspect you may be, please just use these points on the head here. Otherwise, we're clearing the large intestine, the squidgy thumb point. You can change sides and just breathe. Feel into your large intestine and really breathe into this sense of shame. I'm going to say it, and I might get into trouble for saying this, but with all of the stuff that's going on in the world, with the Black Lives Matter movement, I was definitely carrying a lot of shame for being white and privileged. So I hate even having to say it. Like, I feel ashamed even saying it, right? Because I don't feel like I have any fucking right to even comment, you know? But internally, on a personal level, I was carrying a lot of shame and just kind of wanting to hide and be like, fuck, man. And that is not just about the Black Lives Matter movement. That's about all sorts of things. You know, that was just something that really amplified it for me. I still carry, obviously, and as do we all, some shame around having more. So let's just decide, shall we, as a collective here, that having more doesn't make us bad people. And that by having more, our intention is always to be a ray of hope and, you know, shine that motherfucker out into the world. Let people know what is possible. I always get so uncomfortable talking about anything vaguely political or, yeah. I just like to stay in my lane and do my shit. But it's there. It's present, you know. It's in the collective. Oh. Okay, so where's the consciousness now? 100, 200, 600. Okay, so something else here. Fire, earth, metal, lung, large intestine, dogma, guilt, shame, spite, vulnerability, money, love, self to other, self to situation. So same point. I'm going to use this because my squidgy bits are getting sore. And we're clearing vulnerability. So the idea that having more, showing up more, being more, somehow makes us vulnerable, which is interesting considering that I'm just going to turn this light on, see if that helps my weird lighting situation. Which is weird because considering what I was talking about at the beginning here, where in like my human design and all of that good stuff, it's actually about wealth accumulation. And when I accumulate wealth, when I accumulate things, that then creates the stability and security, which then becomes magnetic to others. And yet there is this piece that feels vulnerable. I feel like that kind of ties into this privilege piece, and also what Victoria was talking about there as well, with like this being untouchable, being like, you know, that tribe shift. Okay. How's everyone doing? Let me know in the comments what's bubbling up for you. Feels a bit more peaceful. Okay. The consciousness is now at 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. Okay, cool. Do you feel that difference? What's interesting is, having done those two clears and moved through that shame and the vulnerability, what I really feel right now, yeah, it is like the sense of peace. And I don't just mean like internal peace, but almost like quietness. Excuse me. And it's almost like there's something around this idea that we've kind of been indoctrinated to believe that we have to work hard, we have to struggle in order to, yeah, like justify what we have, particularly when there is so much crazy fucking shit going on in the world. Don't know what it is in the solar plexus. Yeah, we can clear that, don't worry. Still feeling a sense of still to come. Great, Grace. Love that, love that. Let me just feel into this for a moment, see what still needs to shift. Okay. Even though I'm already powerful, I know that I have more power that I am holding back. And sometimes I'm fucking angry at myself and at the world. And I don't always know what to do with that anger. And I'm okay, and I accept myself anyway. Even though I truly now know I am the creator of my reality. And yet I feel so afraid of that. Because maybe part of me fears my power because I haven't fully integrated my tyrant. And I am okay, and I accept myself anyway. Even though I am afraid that if everything becomes easy and I get everything I want, and I embrace my full power and my fire, I will fucking devour the world. I'm afraid I'll burn it to the ground. I love my power, but I am afraid of my power. And I think I have to stay afraid of it so that I don't misuse it. Ugh. And so I am stuck in oppression because I perpetuate this oppressive cycle. By stifling my ability to be powerful in the world. And I accept myself anyway. This global oppression. This collective oppression. This desire for power and freedom. It scares me. My desire for freedom and power scares me sometimes. Sometimes I still apologize for my power. Even when I know I haven't gone all out and displayed it all. Because I'm still fucking afraid of being too much. Of wanting too much. Of having too much. And maybe I am too much. And maybe that's what I'm here to be. Maybe I'm fucking sick of being less than I know I am. And maybe I am fucking sick of it. And maybe I'm scared. And maybe that's okay. And maybe I can trust myself. And maybe I can trust the universe to have my back. Just take a nice deep breath. Just letting me know in the comments how you're doing, what's coming up for you. You think you know what it is, moving into throat. Tired but not exhausted tired, that's good. Where's everyone with that? That felt really fucking big. Oh, good, Victoria, I'm glad. Oh my God, that felt huge. Guys, if I did this every new moon and full moon, like in a membership group that was super low price, like, would you be down for that? I feel like I want to do this more. Totally, Victoria. Yes. I feel also like when it comes to solar plexus now, power, if we've seen power like misused when in our lives and we've seen it unintegrated, that tyrant energy can come through and we can be afraid to become that tyrant. You would be there. Fantastic. Huge. Got to integrate. Yes, I'm in. Fab. Okay. I'll get something sorted. Yes, I'm in. So many things resonated. Great. Cool. I'll get that sorted and I'll drop a link. I feel like 33 a month. That's what I think. And we just work with the lunar cycles and we do 2 tapping things a month, one on the new moon, one on the full moon. And we just literally just go in with whatever is alive in the collective. And, yeah, I've been feeling to do some kind of like rolling membership type thing for people who want to invest, like, you know, feel that they can only invest at a lower level or whatever, that I can still be of service. And if people are paying for shit, it holds me accountable. I could say I was going to do it for free, but because I don't have like any obligation, then I'm like, I'll just do it when I feel like it. Whereas when people are paying me, I fucking show up. So yes. I've never seen good use of it. So fear, misuse of power was present in rise. Amazing, beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you for bringing that, because one of the beautiful things about these processes, when I do these group tappings, is really I want to show up too, Justin. I want to show up too. So I think I'll get that sorted today. I'll drop a link in for anyone who's interested, and then we can I'll put this live stream in there, and then we can literally just run it in a Facebook group for now, and then maybe I'll move it over to Memberval or something. But for now, we'll just get it up and running, and we'll just get moving with it, and I'll do the next one on the full moon, and we'll just kind of do 2 a month and keep it rolling so that I can support you guys in just clearing all of the shit. So yes, this idea of like unintegrated power is really potent, and it's also about, once we've cleared that patterning, then looking at the positive aspects, looking for the positive people that we see in integrated power. So whether they're famous people, whether they're friends, anyone who you look at and perceive them to be a powerful person from a place of love, from a place of integrity and authenticity. And also owning the fact that, you know, we all have a tyrant in us. We all have, like, I shared a clip on my Insta stories last night from my gym, right, where I train Muay Thai. And there's a beautiful lady who's like done modeling and stuff, and she's like, and she looks so, she's so beautiful, so glamorous, even when she's training. And then you can just hear me going, ah, ah, in the background. And then it turns to me and I'm like, ah, smashing kicks in my face. It's just like, and I was like, on the next slide, I just said, you know, fuck, seeing myself back is quite confronting, actually, to see like how much aggression I expel. But that's why I love training Muay Thai. Oh, battery's low. That's why I love training Muay Thai. And it's the potency of being able to just fucking unleash that aggression through sound, and yeah, just really allowing myself to be fully expressed in that aggression and in that tyrant, in that rage, and yet still in an integrated way, because it's channeled through the movements of the Muay Thai, you know. So it's like almost like a very aggressive form of ballet is how I like to think of it, a brutal form of ballet. So loves, okay, cool, I'll get that set up then. And each month I will likely tell you kind of what crystals, what stones I'm going to be working with as well, and a little bit about what the themes are for me specifically, and then we'll kind of use that as a channel to drop in like we did today, and then with your feedback and stuff. And I'll do it so that it's scheduled, so you guys know when I'm going to be going live and stuff. So we'll get that up and running. We'll get the moon cycle, the lunar tapping circle. When did I get so fucking woo? What's happened to me? Yeah, we'll do like a lunar tapping circle membership coven extravaganza, and I'll let you all know when that's up and running. It will be soon, because as you know, manifesting generator vibes, when I move fast and things just happen. Poof. Let me know how you get on after this tapping. Thank you so much for being here. Let me just check back in on our statement. It's okay to accumulate wealth, so everyone just feel into that. Yep, that's clear to 100. That's great. Perfect. I am myself, and owning myself. Lovely. So that's that. It's been fun. Thanks, guys. And I will see you again real soon. If you know anyone who needs to see this and who needs to be in my crazy, happy, tappy, curly vortex, then send them the link to this group, but don't just invite them, because if you just invite them, like, that's so fucking annoying, isn't it, when people just invite you to groups and you're like, why the fuck have you invited me to this? Like, send them the link and be like, you need to get in here, there's an amazing tapping video that you need to see, or whatever. And if you guys want any crystals, I dropped the link of my amazing crystal lady. I don't get commission or anything, by the way, like, I just love her. So yeah, amazing. See you again. Bye.